Hub Parking Technology. Today I'm sitting with EMEA Key Account Manager Manuela Perniola and Solution Engineer EMEA and APAC James Whittaker joining us from the UK. Welcome Manuela and welcome James.
Thank you, Silvia. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Hello.
Today we talk about parking solutions for theme parks, amusement parks, congress centers and sports stadiums. How to manage crowds and cars in an efficient and modern way. We shall touch upon user experience, digital integrations, operational challenges with parking, scalability and expansions, opportunity, and of course touch upon revenue and pricing. We shall delve into your successful experiences, Manuela and James, with projects respectively in Ireland and in the UK. So let me start with setting up a bit of context now. Amusement parks, stadiums, congress centers do all burst with people, so with traffic. What makes parking uniquely challenging in those sites, let's say compared to retail or to hospitals?
Well, let me say, Silvia, the main difference is about the fact that the crowds, and not single people, arrive all at the same time and leave all at the same time. Upon arrival, there is an emotional urgency. The fans can't wait to get in, or the families can't wait to have the fun day out, you know. And at exit time, everyone just wants to go home. They're tired, they had a great time, but it's time to go and, you know, let's. So these crowds, of course, are to be managed, and that's what we're here for with our parking system.
Do you, James, think that crowds are managed in a different way, I mean, between theme parks and large-scale venues, maybe multi-purpose ones? What would be the differences there?
Yeah, so if you have multi-events going on, sort of in the car park area, then obviously you're flooding the car park with a lot more customers all at once. So struggling with ingress and egress are your peak times, as Manuela pointed out. It's very difficult, and making sure that the overall visitor experience is key at the end of the day. You know, the event starts at parking and finishes with parking.
So one might say among the biggest complaints or pain points for end users, long queues could be one of the challenges. Would you say there are any others? I don't know, into guidance or navigation?
Yeah, I would say any kind of navigational system, especially if you have kind of like VIP parking or pre-book parking, all that's key. Signage is key to make sure that everyone knows where they need to go. It just makes the whole experience a lot better and a lot more comfortable for the end user.
So to deliver a perfect fan experience to everyone, you definitely need to set up a parking system which delivers excellent user experience to end users, which are drivers. Meet their expectations, maybe exceed their expectations too. Parking systems do accommodate a wide variety of users, taking into account the user groups that can access the facilities. Among the configurations that can be played, we have VIP lanes, we have LPR facilitated access, we could apply group codes and even pre-booked slots. So in your experience, Manuela, how can parking enhance the overall fan experience? One or two special items you'd recommend?
Yes, Silvia, I think both the fan experience and the parking experience, they start at home. So I am going to go to a concert, I book my ticket, then maybe a week before the concert I realize I need to park my car, go back onto the website, and there comes pre-booking in place. So we have many possibilities of pre-booking, be it via app for the most digital users, or via an integration with an existing platform. And that's the example in many many venues. Why? Because of course the user already knows the venue, they know it for the many times that they go to see a concert or to watch a match. So I go back onto the website, I pre-book my parking space, and when I arrive there as a user, I don't want to wait a long time, because the point of my visit is to go and see the match or enjoy the night anyway. So I want to wait as little as possible. That's why I book at home. I enter smoothly and I pay digitally, so I don't have to waste any time in the parking lot. The let's say parking system has to be invisible for the user.
You're right. You might be called, let's say, an advanced, a digital savvy user. But James, I'm sure that in your experience, there have been cases where you had to take into account other user groups, maybe a little less digital. So how can parking systems accommodate both these categories? So people who are used to, let's say, to book with apps, and to be very digital ready, and I don't know, families or maybe elderly fans, as well as people with disabilities who might need larger spaces. Could parking systems accommodate all of these needs, and how?
Yeah, that's a great question, and yeah, for sure, we can accommodate all these different groups of people, for sure. So, for instance, families, again, touching on the pre-booking spaces, they can have kind of family areas in car parks where they are nearer entrances, wider slots, parking slots, family bays for buggies and pushchairs, and getting in and out of the vehicles a lot more easier. So obviously when they go through to pay and book their slot, they can book a family slot. People with disabilities, again, you can make out that you need an accessible space, again, a bit more wider and a bit more accessible for their needs. And again, sort of making sure that clear wayfinding paths are there for people to find their spaces as they enter the car park. Elderly visitors, again, making sure they have short walks, easy payment methods. So not everyone is, digitally savvy with apps and things like that. So people still want to pay by coins and card and notes. And cash, so therefore making sure that any kind of payment device and station is clearly marked and easy accessible within that area that they're parking within the vicinity.
Okay, thank you. Now drive me through the operational challenges, the infrastructure configurations, the pain points there, the efficiency, how to get to that. The congestion was mentioned a bit earlier, as well as the trouble to balance the capacity with the guest satisfaction at peak hours. But how do you plan for that? Is the reservation tool able to help you with forecasting, and how?
So pre-booking a mobile pass is streamline both traffic and guest experience. One, from an operational point of view, it really reduces the congestion at entry for the end customer. However, not for the operator. When they're using pre-book, they understand in plenty of time how many guests and visitors they're expecting on that day. So therefore, they can use that data to use for traffic management. So therefore, if they have to divert traffic around a different way through their car park and so on, just to basically be more efficient and a bit more sort of a better experience for the end user. And then the guests will also appreciate that because they feel like that the experience is better as well. Although they may have to travel a little bit further around the car park, but yeah, for sure it helps them in the long term.
That's indeed quite becoming the standard. Another standard that's coming up more and more often, I would say 90% of the cases, is the license plate reading technology, the recognition by cameras. Manuela, do you think LPR is fundamental to keep congestion out of control in terms of faster ingress and egress? And are there any other lesser known maybe advantages of applying LPR?
Yes, it is fundamental more and more, and also I think it's the gate to a stronger digitalization. Why? Because LPR allows, first of all, anti-fraud, so I cannot, let's say, pay a ticket and exit myself and allow another user to exit as well, a friend, because everything is tracked, and my media type, how I enter and exit, is my license plate number, so it's unique. Of course, speed, so that helps with the whole congestion topic that we covered previously. What else? Less hardware on site, which is better, of course, for the operator, because it means also less maintenance, it means less consumables like paper, for example. And of course, improved data accuracy, so I can check who enters, who exits. I can manage gray and black lists better. And what else? I can pay in relation to my license plate number, and I can pay digitally because, of course, I just need to input that number. So yeah, it's the gate to digitalization in my point of view.
Thank you. I would add that without a modern, efficient and very versatile management platform, you can't really access to all of these transit, transactions and data flowing from the lanes to your control room. James, you've worked very closely with household name Merlin Entertainments across their parks in the US and in Europe, so you know them pretty well. Reservations, pre-booking, as you just mentioned, are a game changer, and they were as well for Legoland and for Thorpe Park in the UK. How did these impact the arrival times, the queue length, and overall the satisfaction for the thousands and thousands of visitors there?
Well, yeah, it was a game changer for the parks themselves, because their previous system that they had was not really pre-book. It was all kind of turn up and pay on the day. However, moving over to a pre-booked system like ours gave them an advantage of a lot quicker queue lengths. We also streamlined the entries and exits to be ticketless and barrierless, so it was all free flow. So vehicles weren't being stopped at crucial points and huge queues being formed. So this was a big game changer for them, seeing customers just stream into their parks, and again, different configurations across some of the parks meant that on exit they would just drive out as the ANPR would pick them up. But they saw a dramatic change in their car parks once when they went live with these systems, and were amazed in regards to the queue times. One of the parks that you mentioned, Thorpe Park, was one of the first to go live with the system. They have an area on the exits that used to take them hours to clear. On one of their busy days, it went from hours down to 45 minutes.
That's very far from the ideal family fun day that you'd expect, indeed. You mentioned the upgrade to ticketless and to LPR. I do recall there are also free flow lanes. What was the main operational gap that this upgrade managed to solve?
So, doing this in the UK was one of the first challenges. It was one of the first systems, first parks, first sites to endorse the ticketless free flow model. And it was challenging, not just for them, but also for us as well, because it's something that we kind of pushed out there, and we wanted to take to market and push the market to embrace the free flow model. Lucky for us, with a great team behind us, we managed that challenge, and now ticketless free flow parking is the forefront of a lot of people's minds. So it's closed that gap in regards to operations as well as confidence as well. So more and more customers are looking to move to a ticketless, gateless environment.
Well, let's not be shy, let's name names. How much did JMS, Generous Management System, play into that? I'm speaking about especially the sheer size of the projects here, the single car parks as well as the group of car parks across their theme parks worldwide. So the customer required bespoke solutions, flexibility, but also consistency across all of their theme parks. There were challenges, I guess, I'm asking you, in scaling this solution across such a varied portfolio, and how did JMS play into that?
And again, JMS is one of these tools that we have, which it's just amazing. It's so scalable. It can solve solutions at such a small site, as well as big operations as well. From sort of a one-in, one-out car park to a multi-story, multi-lane entry-exit, multi-car park scenario. JMS can handle everything that's possibly needed. The integrations that you mentioned, again, JMS has a lot of open integration platforms. For instance, from external ticketing system that we used with Merlin, allowing customers to, again, pre-book and send their license plate information into our system. So therefore, again, when the LPR picks them up, it seamlessly opens the barrier. And then in some occasions, the barrier doesn't even fully drop before it allows the next car out. It's that quick.
Oh. That fast?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. Well, I do expect thousands of cars mean thousands of transits and transactions, thousands, tons of data. From a parking data, operational data perspective, it only makes sense that all of this wealth of information, of details, feed into a management system that can then support decisions like operational decisions, staffing decisions, even marketing decisions, why not? So through reporting capabilities. Is there anything that the customer Merlin did learn from these data and advanced reporting through GMS that they didn't know about their visitors, their habits, the preferences as well in terms of parking?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. After our first successful season with Merlin, we sat down with them and went through a lot of reports from JMS that are a basic functionality, and what they were amazed with was the amount of data that the system held that could actually enhance customer experience. So for instance, they noticed within the first season that not a lot of people were sending over their license plates for allowing to get out. So we can see how many people were leaving the car park via license plate and how many people were leaving via QR code. So then what they then made on their platform, the license plate requirement to be a bit more mandatory. So therefore to get more people to understand the need for their license plate when they book their parking. So that again, as they kept looking at the reports, they noticed the growth in people putting in their license plate and operations slowly turning around and therefore just being much quicker for the end customer.
That's interesting indeed. Thank you. With your recollection of these projects, we've looked at effective ways to optimize parking operations and take them to the next level for theme parks across multiple countries. We looked at loyalty strategies, reservations, frictionless access, a bit of technology innovation with LPR, advanced reporting, making management available and ready to take informed decisions, and of course seamless integrations with third-party vendors. It's all lessons that sports venues can also borrow from theme parks, I would say. Manuela, you manage EMEA partners for Hub, including Electro Automation in Ireland and Northern Ireland. So Electro has been a long-time partner for Hub and has been equipping multiple venues now with Hub's Jupiter system. So I'd like to ask you about the SSE Arena in Belfast. It's a much loved venue in the country for hockey fans as well as concert goers. I think most of the leading singers from the world have at least once visited the SSE Arena. So to manage these huge crowds, the arena has turned to Electro for parking solutions. Let us know everything about that.
Yes, so first of all, yes, the stadiums or sports venues can learn from the amusement parks. Just because, of course, the amusement park bear a bigger experiences, they host whole day events. A bit of an introduction, because Ireland and Northern Ireland are a relatively small place, but a lot is going on in Ireland and Northern Ireland, believe me, especially in parking industry. The SSE Arena is also known as the Odyssey Arena. It's the name with which it's more called locally. It's house to Ireland's only professional ice hockey club. They're called Stenaline Belfast Giants. Giants. No kidding. They have 215,000 fans each season. The arena is relatively big. It has a capacity of 10,800 seats and a parking lot of 1,500 stalls, of course divided in different areas. It's located in a very nice area of Belfast, very close to the city centre in the Titanic Quarter. Very modern quarter, quite close to the seaside, very nice area. The Odyssey Arena was looking for a renewal when? In 2021, right after the pandemic. So that, of course, led to a lot of open points, open questions from their side to be answered from our and Electro's side. First of all, how to make the access, let's say, safe for the users, because of course, after the pandemic, we were all scared to go back into very crowded places. So first answer was make it digital with pre-booking, for example. How to make also the exit safe? Well, with pay on exit with credit card or also NFC contactless. What else? Around the Odyssey Arena, there are a lot of businesses and that code for validations, which we replied with our J4M, as you said, let's name names, which in Electro's word, I'm proud to say, is a game changer in our business. Because it's a solution that digitalizes discounts for users. It connects with license plate reading, so the user literally doesn't have to use to touch any tickets of any sort.
So you not only save paper, but you also save on healthy risks.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting to hear about the J4M validations. Do these also talk into the JMS platform?
Yes, 100%. So all the reporting from J4M is sent to JMS, so the operator has the possibility to view which merchant, better said, which shop or which business gave discounts to who, and they are, thanks to their reporting, billed back to that shop, of course.
So one could say that real-time transactions and analytics are totally unlocked for whoever's in the parking staff control room that day.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, interesting. How about the way to differentiate user groups? I do expect to have concert goers, but maybe just people who want to, I don't know, go and purchase the hockey merchandising, or fans or visitors of any kind. How does the arena cater for all of these diverse needs simultaneously?
So the arena has in place a few different solutions that manage to cater for all the different users.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we have staff. We have, if we take the example of concert goers or one-off shows, they can be called transient users, or could be called anyway, they are not subscribers. And then we have season ticket holders, so there are the ice hockey fans that will go to every single match. How to reply to these different needs? We have the pre-booking with the currently managed through JPass, and we have LPR reading, so staff, contract holders, and season card holders of the ice hockey, they are recognized via LPR, so the entrance and exit are smooth for them. Everyone else that is going to a concert or a show can pre-book their stall via the JPass, which the Odyssey Arena has in white labeling, so the users recognize the car park as the Odyssey's car park.
Wait, you mean the arena has a branded mobile app?
Yes.
Which also features the parking reservation?
Yes.
Okay.
So that it is their car park, it's recognized. They've been known forever in Belfast, and this way so is the car park and their app.
Access control wise, is there any integration with pedestrian access in the meantime?
There will be some pedestrian access points here and there, yes, which we can manage either via ticket reading for the transient ones or via LPR input for the subscribers.
Yeah, I'm thinking of perimeter security more than anything, as huge crowds also do pose some safety concerns, so it is better to make the parking ticket match with anything else that could make pedestrians access the venue. So
definitely better safe than sorry, and technology helps in that.
It does. Now, James, based on your experience with theme parks, but also now hearing Manuela's insights from stadiums, do you think other multi-purpose venues and amusement parks, congress centers could learn from the arena approach in terms of validations or integrating access? What do you think would be the 1-2 items to keep in mind for them?
Yeah, I think the SSE Arena's approach shows that parking isn't just logistics, it's data-driven operations. So for me, key lessons for other venues to take away would be integrated validations. So, we spoke about linked parking to tickets for seamless guest experience, whether that be sort of the pre-book or the prepay or the validations, the J4M validation. Mm-hmm. Analytics, for sure, plays a big player in parking, so real time and historical data helps optimize traffic flow, so you can see where your biggest times where people are coming in, what station, what lane is the busiest, and things like that, so you can again assist with staffing and car park utilization. Access control, automated systems like LPR reduce congestion. We've seen it, everyone's seen it, and it also enhances security. So I think from those 3 points, we take away a combining technology where we take the data and we use the user-centered driven. It turns parking from a challenge into a strategic advantage.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Well, through this conversation with Manuel and James, we have reviewed the everyday challenges in theme parks and sports stadiums operations, parking-wise, of course. We have identified strategies, solutions, and even technology to address them. We would have so much more to discuss about how to exceed customer expectations, elevating the guest experience to the best. But we'll have time and we can delve into that further. Just make sure to contact us through the webpage. And what would you say is the first and foremost takeaway you would like to give our followers about delivering superior fun experience? One shot, one, Manuela. One thing, one item.
Your license plate is a part of you. Register with it, and your day of fun will begin without you even noticing.
Good one, James.
Oh, this is a hard one. Just one. There's so many sort of things that we can advise, but I guess for me, it's data driven. The analytics, that is your key. That is, and with the JMS software, with the report package that we offer, it's huge. It can provide you all the information that you need to run a successful car park.
No bad surprises with JMS and with LPR. So, thank you very much for this very last summary as well. It was a surprise, but you're very well prepared.
I like a surprise.
So, thank you, Manuela. Thank you, James, for sharing your insights, your advice, your experience. And to all of our followers, stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.